What's up, everyone? I'm going to try and break a world record here for setting up complete end-to-end data orchestration pipeline with modern data stack tools in this video. So I'm not going to rush, just going to take it at an easy pace, but I want this to be pretty quick. So what are we trying to do? First thing we're trying to do is stitch together some common data tools. And it's not just data tools, but it's also infrastructure. So in my case, I'm going to be wanting to work with Fivetran, dbt Cloud, and Power BI. We'll also work with Snowflake. That'll sort of be a bonus at the end that I'll do, but it's not the main thing. So the first thing you need to do is essentially give Orchestra the power to trigger and monitor jobs in these pieces of cloud infrastructure. So in order to do that, you need to build a connector. And a connector is something for an integration. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to call this Fivetran. And then I'm going to go ahead and find my API key. Okay, let's go ahead and get the API key, API secret, and let's add that. Let's see what it's saying. All right, good to go. Next, dbt Cloud. So the cloud URL is going to kind of look like this. So for us, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it sounds like someone's having a really good time outside singing some songs. So I'm just that, and then my account ID is what's that? And then dbt should be this. And this will work if you're using a bearer token or personal access token. That should probably say PAT, to be honest. But okay, cool. So dbt Cloud looking good. And now where should we go? Let's go to Power BI. In fact, I think I got one I created earlier, but let's just go through this again. So Power BI test. And then let's go and get the relevant bits and bobs. So the first thing you'll need is an application ID. That is essentially a Microsoft Entra app. So you'll have to go ahead and get that from the Azure portal. Then you'll obviously need a tenant ID and a workspace ID, which go here. So I'm just going to paste these like that. So I want you to see what those are. And then client secret will be added in a second. Cool. Nice. So we've got Fivetran, dbt Cloud, and Power BI all set up. That's looking pretty good. So now what we're going to want to do is create a pipeline. So this will be a test modern data stack pipeline. And what I'm going to do is start off with a manual trigger. But if you wanted to just schedule this to run once a day, you've kind of got that here. We've got pretty granular time zones, which is based on city. So stuff like the summertime, which I know is an issue for some folks at the moment, we can handle. And all I'm going to do here is, move some HubSpot data to Snowflake. I'm going to go ahead and fetch my funny little Fivetran connector ID. If you wanted to not set up alerts on this, you could. You just sort of change this, take this box, and then I'm going to make this connection Fivetran test. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my dbt Cloud job. just transforming job ID. Cool. Now this is pretty cool. I'm going to show you what it is later. And now we're going to add our Power BI dataset refresh. Just go and get the ID. Okay. So that's cool. You'll see that we've got some nice version control. Sorry, some alert settings. And I'm just going to send these to my email if they fail. I'll send it for the entire pipeline, only on failure or on warning. And then put in my email here. And the alert is good to go. So we've got some version control in here. You have to try quite hard to sort of lose your progress. So I'm going to go ahead and commit this, my initial commit. And now we'll see I've got my sort of first version, but it's still in draft. It's not going to run. You can only run a publish pipeline. So let's publish it. And that is it. So not bad. Sort of like 6-7 minutes to get that going. Obviously, in reality, you probably have more things here. But yeah, I guess that's kind of how you would set up an end-to-end data orchestration and observability pipeline in Orchestra. So, you probably spend the same amount of time just reading about what the Airflow docs even are. Whereas with this, you can kind of get it going. So the next half of the video, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to show you what it looks like when we run this and all the value add. Try to show you the alerts, and then also show you how you can enrich this with Snowflake data. So let's run this.